Listen, I ain't got time for this.
Don't speak to me like that.
Come and speak to me, yeah? Right, okay, right. You've been causing some issues.
No, he ain't. He hasn't.
I've talked to him.
No, he ain't.
Okay, I'm not talking to you.
Calm yourself down. Calm your attitude down. Speak to the public with respect.
Listen, go away.
I'm telling you to calm down.
Go away.
Yeah, I'm DP audit. Respect.
Thank you.
I'm carrying on all I want. Speak to the public with respect and integrity like you're meant to. Why is there no police here?
Go and speak to the inspector.
You call through now and tell him to send
No, you don't tell me what to do, pal.
Oh, shut your attitude up as well,
Right,
you. Wind your neck in. Wind your neck in, yes.
Wind my neck in.
Yeah, you're the police officer. See that? That's a claim and a half. You're getting a claim against you. You little you're losing your job, you little.
Yeah, you think so?
See that, guys?
That's assault.
Witnesses, yeah?
You do nothing wrong.
You assaulted me.
Right.
On camera.
Whoa.
Yo, he's off his head. He can't be a copper.
Whoa.
That's look at that. Look at that. Why did you neck?
When the auditor calmly called out the officer's rude and aggressive behavior, he wasn't provoking a fight. He simply asked the officer to slow down, show restraint, and act professionally. But instead of responding with the composure expected from someone in uniform, the officer reacted with force, shoving the auditor to the ground over nothing more than words. That reaction wasn't just excessive, it was completely unjustified. What makes the moment even more troubling is the mindset behind it. This wasn't a split-second response to danger or a sudden threat. It appeared to be a deliberate act meant to intimidate and reassert control simply because someone questioned his attitude. That isn't policing. It's a clear misuse of authority. Officers are trained to handle criticism with professionalism, not to lash out when someone challenges them. And the fact that it all happened in front of several witnesses only makes the situation worse. Instead of demonstrating accountability and leadership, the officer exposed what happens when power goes unchecked and responsibility is ignored.
Nah, I'm in public. Shut your mouth and your attitude up. You're a public of the servant, a servant of the public.
Okay.
It's not your breaching the peace.
You ain't spraying him.
Okay.
You ain't spraying him. And I'm doing nothing wrong.
No, you're not. You speak to him like that's what you're doing. You don't get to speak to public like that. You don't get to speak to people like you're speaking to him. That's not how your role works. You're a police officer of the law, serving the crowd and serving the people. Respect and integrity. Remember your oath and your college of peace in training. You're absolute disgrace. The way you push me over now, you're getting a claim against you. You're getting sued.
Right.
You should lose your job for that as well.
Okay, we'll see.
Yeah, we will see, won't we? And you're going to be all over the internet. Do you know how many people are going to see you? You're live now.
Good for you.
Welcome to YouTube, you how about that?
Okay, swear at me once more, I'll lock you up.
Higher threshold. Is there any complainants? Is there any complainants from a swearing? Any complainants? Your officers need to arrest you.
Okay.
You assaulted me.
Right.
You need to arrest your fellow officer. Section 26, he just pushed me on the ground, threatened me with powerful for telling to rax himself. Now, arrest your officer.
Following the incident, the auditor called for the officer to be arrested under Section 26 of the Criminal Justice and Courts Act 2015, a law that makes it a criminal offense for police officers to abuse their powers or commit misconduct while performing their duties. In this situation, the auditor wasn't threatening anyone or creating a volatile scene. He was simply questioning the officer's unprofessional conduct when he was suddenly assaulted. The incident closely mirrors the case of former South Wales police officer Richard Healing, who was convicted under the same law after abusing his authority to exploit vulnerable individuals. Just like in that case, the actions witnessed here were not about enforcing the law or maintaining safety. They appeared to be about using authority as a tool of control. Healing's conviction serves as a powerful reminder that officers are not above the law. When power is abused, the legal system has mechanisms to hold those responsible accountable. And cases like this reinforce the importance of applying those laws when officers step beyond the limits of their duty.
On YouTube, you're going on YouTube, you don't do your jobs correctly, you're going to look like idiots. Nah, he's assaulted, assaulted me, mate.
We need to work out what's gone on.
He's pushed me, he's foot to me like that because he was speaking to him like club and I told him to speak to members of the public respect like you're meant to professionally, and that is the worst example. He needs to be fired, he's getting sued or we're putting a claim against him. That was outrageous. Arrest him. Arrest him. Do your job. The College of Policing tells you to arrest him.
You need to relax. You need to calm down.
You need to arrest him.
You hear? You need to talk to me. Tell me what's going on. So obviously dealing with with
He
the
was talking to him, and the
situation.
way he was speaking to him was disgusting. The way you do not speak to members of the public like that. The way he was disgusting. Everything about him was disgusting. He's going to get, do you know how many views he's going to do online now?
Well, listen.
He'll go viral with the way that was. That was one of the worst situations I've ever seen. I've done this for a year now. You need to arrest him.
Okay, well, we're not going to arrest him. But
You're not going to arrest your colleague when he's just broke the law and assaulted a member of the public.
But you're entitled to make.
What does your college of policing treat you at the beginning?
Listen, the more you
When you're
shout-
call your officers. No, you listen to me.
Well,
He has assaulted me and broke the law.
Listen to you. You're entitled to make a complaint online.
You're getting sued, mate.
Okay.
Instead of acknowledging the seriousness of what had happened or addressing the auditor's legal challenge, the officer took a different route. He tried to portray himself as the victim. His behavior suggested that his personal discomfort mattered more than the public's right to question authority. But policing requires composure, especially during tense moments. Feeling annoyed or uncomfortable is not a legal reason to use force, particularly when someone is sworn to uphold the law. This type of mindset is deeply concerning because it shifts the focus away from public safety and toward personal control. When the officer's authority was challenged, he didn't attempt to de-escalate the situation. He didn't explain his actions or try to walk away. Instead, he chose to escalate it by physically pushing someone to the ground and then tried to defend the action with an unsupported claim. That response doesn't reflect professional policing. It reflects misconduct, clear, avoidable, and completely unnecessary.
Right, identify yourself.
7459.
Name, station.
Okay, don't need to give money.
Yes, you do.
No.
Three forms. You've used your powers against me. Three forms of identification.
Don't point at me.
I'll point like I
Don't
want.
point at me.
No.
Yeah.
Three forms of identification. You're going to push me again, are you?
If you can put it in my space, yes.
Oh, you're in my space now. What would happen if I
Oh, what
pushed
I'm
you?
doing? Well, you can try.
Ah, see what I mean?
Yeah.
See this, people?
Yeah.
You're welcome to
Have a-
YouTube.
Have a good day.
What's name and fucking station
Have a
as
good
well?
day, sir.
Name and
Thank you.
station. I don't know. On his name and station, he's got to give three forms of identification.
Guidelines from the College of Policing are very clear on this matter. Officers are required to identify themselves when asked by providing their name, rank, and station, particularly in situations where force has been used. This rule isn't optional, and it certainly isn't a courtesy. It exists to protect the public and ensure accountability. In this case, the officer had already used force against a member of the public and was then asked to identify himself. Instead of complying, he refused. That decision raises serious concerns. When officers avoid identifying themselves, it weakens transparency and erodes public trust in law enforcement. Accountability begins with knowing who is responsible for an action. Without that basic information, it becomes far more difficult for someone to seek justice or report misconduct. The refusal to provide identification after such a serious encounter doesn't just appear unprofessional, it looks deliberate. And that kind of behavior is impossible to defend in a system that relies on openness and public trust.
Hey, you ain't going to have a good day when it follows through on you. Welcome to YouTube as well.
Thank you.
Look at this guy. Look at him. Look at the state of him.
Really?
Yeah, the state here.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Have a good day.
Absolutely.
Cheers. Swear at me again, I'll lock you up.
Because you can't use a higher threshold. You can't lock me up for that.
Really?
Yeah, section 5.
Really? You think so? That's it, you can walk him back.
See, he was going to arrest me, guys. Will, sort him out, man. He's horrible, mate.
Right, how's it going?
Him, he pushed me over there. His attitude stinks. He's threatening to arrest me, power spray me. The opposite of you. He needs to be sacked. He needs to be arrested. He should be arrested by fellow officers under your College of Policing to protect members of the public. He should be arrested for that.
It's also important to recognize the auditor's position in that moment. He had just been shoved to the ground by a police officer. He was shaken, hurt, and understandably emotional. Expressing anger or frustration in that situation is a normal human reaction. Strong language spoken in the heat of the moment after being physically harmed does not suddenly become harassment or disorderly conduct. Yet the officer's response was to escalate things further, warning, "Swear at me again and I'll lock you up." That kind of threat isn't professionalism, it's an abuse of authority. Police officers are held to higher standards precisely because of the power they carry. Their training prepares them to stay calm, defuse tense encounters, and handle emotional situations without resorting to retaliation. But in this case, there was no sign of restraint or reflection. Instead of acknowledging the mistake or attempting to calm the situation, the officer doubled down. Threatening arrest in response to an emotional reaction only deepens the original misconduct and further damages the public's trust in those who are supposed to protect it.
As you know,
You should have arrested him. Wait till you see the footage.
we can't arrest anyone, as you know. As a piece
You
of
can't, no.
No.
They should have arrested
So-
him.
So what you can do, if you want to make a complaint.
Well, I've never
there is a
experienced
process.
anything like him.
Well, I haven't seen
Ever,
Let me
mate.
hear what you said.
Ever. You know I'm sound with you when you say sound.
So you know what
I've
I'm
never
gonna do?
experienced
Let me
that.
say one thing.
He is a dangerous police officer. He should
say
not be
one
in the
thing to
police. You should not be in the police. You are a dangerous police officer. You are a dangerous police officer. You should not be in a front-facing role. You should not be going out the public. You are disgusting. You are a shame.
Stand back.
Shameful. Shameful. You should not be a front-facing officer to the public. You are a danger to the public, my friend. You're the reason people like me exist, because of people like you.
You know that as well as me, this place is covered in cameras. Okay? So, ergo, if you have a complaint, and you're an auditor, you probably feel.
I've got it on film. Yeah, I will.
Mr. What can I call you?
Just call me DP.
DP.
Or Paul. Call me Paul. Call me Paul.
So, if you want to make a complaint, which really you are, whatever happened will be covered in cameras, won't it?
He cannot be in a role as a police officer. I'm sorry.
What I would suggest.
I'm not having a go at you. I'm just. That was outrageous.
What I would suggest is, after an incident like that, our adrenaline is high, which can lead to action.
Nah, when you see the footage, there's no excuse for his behaviour then. Initially.
Whatever's happened is happened.